Almost live on YouTube. Always forget to mute myself and I can hear myself talking. We don't want to do that. All right, we're muted. We're ready to go. It is 4 o'clock. And yes, everybody that is participating is muted. So no worries there about any background noise or anything like that. Always tease and wish I had a remote for muting my children, but that doesn't work. So anyway, all right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna share my screen here. And we are going to talk about all of the good new stuff in Book Creator. So super, super excited. But before we get into all the good fun stuff, some of you might want to know who we are if you haven't been on a webinar with us in a while. So let's kick it off with Catherine. Who are you? What do you do?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Catherine Capiello. I'm one of the teacher success managers on this wonderful team. I'm located in Chicago. I've been with the team for about going on, I would say, 4.5 years now. So 4.5 years. I love my job, love working with the team. And I work with people in the central region as well as the West Coast region. And I teach educators how to really embed Book Creator into their curriculum every single day. And before Book Creator, I was in the classroom for about 9 years. I taught elementary school and also high school. I kind of hopped over middle school. Nothing wrong with that, but just hopped on over and started teaching high school. But I still consider myself an educator, love being in education, and really happy to be here today showing you some new features.
All right. Thanks, Catherine. And next up, Janet. Who are you? And what do you do?
Hi, everybody. I'm Janet Burnett, and I am from Alabama, as you can hear. I am the newest to the Teacher Success Manager role. I have been here since the end of last year. I've just freshly retired from a tech specialist role in a district here in Alabama and was a classroom teacher before that. And so I just finished up almost 26 years in the classroom. And so I have used Book Creator in my own classroom and with teachers in my district for about 10 years. So I always joke and say I talked about it like it was one of my kids. And so it was just a natural fit and a pleasure to join the team officially. But I'm excited to be here.
All right, awesome. And I saw a comment about a black screen and not being able to see anything. But I see what it looks like. Catherine and Janet, do you see everything? Okay, and it
Yeah,
looks
I
like it's okay. It looks like it's okay on YouTube too. So I'm hoping that everybody else can see what's going on. Good. Simon can see stuff. Perfect. We're gonna go there. All right. Well, and I am John Smith, for real. I am the Senior Teacher Success Manager here at Book Creator. So just like Catherine and Janet, lots of webinars, trainings, conferences, school visits, basically everything that we can do to make schools and districts and teachers best utilize their licenses. That's really it. I am the northeast section of the country and all of Canada. So all of the cold parts of the continent, that's what I get, which is great. And let's see what else. I'm married, I've got 3 kids. I love golf. So if there's anybody that loves golf out there, I love golf. Not many people raise their hands for that, but this usually gets hands raised. Does anybody have a dirty car? Because if you do, then come see me. On the side, I am a professional auto detailer, so happy to clean that dirty ride for you. So just probably a short drive over to Ohio, wherever you're at, unless you're Melissa Adkins. Then I know it's not that short of a drive over to Ohio. So I just saw Melissa pop in the chat there. All right. So anyway, we are super, super excited to get going here with some of our latest and greatest features. So we're going to talk about what's new, show you some demos, and even show you something that's coming soon, except I could say coming now. All right, we'll change it to like coming now, all right, or coming today. All right. So some really, really cool stuff in store for you. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to kick it off with some graphic organizers. All right. So I can't remember who's taking graphic organizers. My brain just completely shut down. Catherine, that one's you. Graphic organizer.
Yes, it is me. Okay, so graphic organizers have been out for a while now, but it might be new to you. I know when we travel to schools and districts, and I show graphic organizers, sometimes they have people have no idea that they are available. So we want to make sure that you know they are there because it's a great instructional tool that's built right into Book Creator. So if you're already logged into Book Creator, what you're going to do is you're going to click on that plus button right there on the top. I know John is managing this right now, and you're going to click on that little more button with the little rocket ship, okay? The first thing you're going to do is, oh, I thought it was going to say add apps, but maybe not. Okay, you're going to want to make sure that you've gone to the App Store. It will say add apps on the bottom right there if you haven't added all the apps yet. So you can click on add apps. It will take you to the App Store. And what will happen then is you're going to want to enable graphic organizers. So John will go out onto our App Store real quick. You'll want to make sure that graphic organizers app has been enabled, okay? You can enable
I
the
just
graphic.
realized I was using a demo, my demo account, and
Oh,
I'm not, because I'm a co-teacher, that's why that part didn't show up. So yes,
got it.
Catherine's right. If you click the more button, you'll see the thing that says add apps, and it will take you here. All right.
Okay, perfect. It's going to take you right to the App Store, and you're going to want to enable the graphic organizers. You can enable this for you as the teacher to use. You can also enable it for your students, and you can do that per library, okay? Once you have this enabled, you can go back to your classroom into one of those books, and that's when the magic begins. Click on that plus button, click on that rocket ship again, and then you're going to see that graphic organizers button right there. Click on those graphic organizers. We have over 100 graphic organizers that have all been built in-house. They're beautifully made by our graphic designer as well. So you can also toggle through all those categories right there. You can search by a topic. We'll just click on one of them. Maybe this problem tree. Some of them are going to be free, and then some of them are going to be premium, okay? The premium are the ones that are going to have a little crown on them, and then you'll need premium access for that, but we do have plenty of free ones as well. So then you're going to click add to book. You will need to, just so you are aware, they are all landscape size. So if you're not in a landscape book, it's going to look like this, just like John's in a square book right now. So it's going to go off the page. So just make sure if you are using graphic organizers, you're going to want to be usually in a landscape size book. What's great about these is all of the little areas, they're text boxes. So if you double click in them, like little circles or the box on the top, you can double click in there and it's going to be a text box where you can fill them in, you can edit them for your students, or your students can also, if you were to assign this out to your students, you can also have them fill these out as well. We also promote here at Book Creator using multimedia. So if you want your students to record their voices, add videos, different things, images, different things like that, give them options of ways that they want to organize their thinking on this graphic organizer too. Highly recommend checking these out.
Yeah, and I probably shouldn't say too much because I think the three of us just found out about this morning. But like, if we're looking forward to like down the road, all right, just like this quarter, so you know, April, May, June, somewhere along those lines, there might be something related to graphic organizers that's coming out that might like add like 200 more or something. All right, so just throwing that out there. All right, so for those of you who like little sneak peeks and teasers, there's your little Easter egg. All right, for later. All right.
Throwing that out there.
No, I hope I don't get fired. All right, so moving right along.
And then the text editor update. So if you aren't aware of this, if you haven't used Book Creator in a while, you will not be aware of the text editor update. We've made several updates to our text editor. If you just click on the plus button and you were to add text, you're going to find several different updates. Just click on one of them and you're going to see several. You might see a button there too if you've been using Book Creator. And you might see a button there that you're thinking, wait, there's something that's completely brand new that I've never seen before. And that is one release that's been released today. We'll get to that in just a little bit, but it may be in the chat. You can throw in there what you might be seeing on our screen. We will get to that in just a little bit. But the things that I want to talk about are, the first thing are going to be being able to change your color and being able to highlight, and some special characters as well. So I'll have John demo that. So the first thing you can do, change your color directly right into the text box, which has been a feature update we've been wanting to add for a long time. You can also annotate and annotate right within the box. There's bullet pointing, numbering, great for taking notes. If you have like a science notebook, math notebook, students can take notes right within there, or if you're presenting using your book, you can do that. And then we have, for foreign language teachers, we have accent marks. You're gonna love that. Math teachers, we have math symbols and all those special characters as well. And yes, we see a lot of people in there. Can you show how that translate button works? Don't worry, stay tuned. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit.
Yes,
but
but
you
one
are
other
right.
thing,
Button.
that's right. One other thing, eagle eyes out there. One other thing too that I think can't be overlooked in this box here that has changed is actually the microphone. So maybe this annoyed me more than any other human on the planet, but for a long time, you had to click the microphone first, be super quiet, hope that nobody got into a fight or nobody burped in the background, because any noise would ruin it, right? But then if you click the microphone, you had to then click the drop down and choose whatever language you wanted to speak. Now I can click the drop down, choose the language, which also looks different, by the way. They kind of fixed the way that kind of looked. But you can choose your language, and then you can click the microphone when you're ready to start speaking. So that was a big change, which I thought was really, really cool. All right, so we're going to get out of there. We're going to pass right through this, and we're going to go on to our next option, all right, which is fonts. All right, so we've got some new fonts here in Book Creator, relatively new fonts. And I did see a question there about IPA fonts. I'm not 100% sure what that IPA font means, but the fonts that we have in here now are the fonts that are available to everybody. So here's what we've got from the fonts side of things. I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to add some text, and I'm just going to click and type in John Smith. All right, then when I click done, I can go ahead and change the size. Now, I think I saw somebody ask, can I change the size within the text box? You can change the colors inside of the text box. You can magnify a little bit. It's either make it a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. But if you really want to change the size of your fonts, that's when you're going to click done and then click that inspector. All right, so that's where you're going to really make the changes to the size of the fonts there. All right, so I've got some fonts here that I want to talk about. Just a couple, not all of them, because there's a bunch. If I click the inspector and then click fonts, one that I really love, it's not a new font, but I want to share it with you anyway, Open Dyslexic. All right, so we have a font specifically geared towards helping dyslexic students better decode words, right? It has something to do with the thickness and the angles and things like that. I think that's cool. But kind of following along those lines, we have some other fonts that are really special when it comes to helping students, including this one called Lexend. All right, and Lexend is not a font that looks all that different to me, on the surface level, but it has been scientifically proven to help students improve their reading proficiency and comprehension. So even if that's 1% true, I'm going to take it, right? I'm going to use it with my students. If there's a chance it's going to help my students out, then you know what, go for it. But there are so many other fonts in here that are amazing. And I honestly can't remember the names of the ones off the top of my head that are new, but there are so many cool fonts in here that I really, really want you all to check out because they are absolutely amazing. All right. I always just tell my kids, though, whatever font you pick, don't always pick it for you. Make sure you pick it so that other people can enjoy it, right? Because my son might like the one like Creepster or something like that. And when you put like a whole page of Creepster on there, it gets a little bit nauseating, right? So you got to think about other people when you're building those books. All right. Now, next one is audio hotspots. All right. So audio is definitely one of my favorite pieces of Book Creator. Being able to add my own voice in there, being able to add sound effects, maybe some music or something in the background. So when you click the plus button and you click record, Then, oh, allow, I gotta hit allow. I'm in incognito. All right, hit start recording, gives me a little countdown. Good morning, everybody. My name is John Smith. I stopped and used that recording, and then the audio button shows up right here. All right, for your audio hotspot. And so really cool, you can resize it, you can move it around. But now there's actually another change too. I think all of us, I think probably forgot about this, but there's another change. All audio hotspots now are circles. All right, so even in the comics, they're all circles, and we don't have the little I don't know, spiky stars anymore. So everything is a circle. All right. But more importantly, now when I click the audio hotspot, I can click the inspector and I can change the color of the audio hotspot. So I can change the outside color and I can choose to change the inside color. So you can make your audio hotspots look however you want. Now, again, I would highly recommend that kids make audio hotspots that make sense. All right. Hot pink on lime green, not so great. All right. But they can do it. All right. If they really want to. So from a design standpoint, I really like this because now I can pick my audio hotspots to look similar to the theme or the color that I've chosen for my book if I really want to. But from an educational standpoint, it might be a little harder to think about that, right? About why this could be important. I like it because audio hotspots now, I can designate who the speaker is based on the color, right? So if it's a red hotspot, it might be James. If it's a green hotspot, it might be Jojo. If it's a yellow hotspot, it might be Jillian, right? So I can choose who gets to do that hotspot. The other thing that I've seen people do is like kind of designate time shifting in stories. So if the teacher is reading a paragraph and it is something that's happening in the past, then the audio hotspot might be red. If it's something that's happening in the future, then the audio hotspot might be yellow. And if it's happening right now, then it's green. So especially when it comes to like really tricky types of text, I had a friend who did this with classic literature years ago. Anything that we can do to help students better understand the content, why not? So I absolutely love this audio hotspot and being able to change the colors. All right. And again, I think there's probably 100 different ways that we can think of using the audio hotspots in different colors, but those are some of my favorites. All right. Next, Janet, you're up. Read mode.
Yeah, and just kind of to pile on there with the audio hotspots, in some of the templates that Randy has been creating, the literacy templates, she uses that feature so that she will have one color where she's reading the directions to the students, and then she'll have a different color where she's kind of given some instructional background for it. So
Yeah.
she's actually using that coding within her templates that she's making for everybody as well.
I like it. And I also just thought of one other thing too. I want to make sure I forgot to mention. And this is just something to be aware of, because if you're not aware of it, it will throw you off the very first time this happens. If you change the audio hotspot, all right, I've used Book Creator forever, all right, and I'm so used to the audio hotspot being black and white. If you change the color the next time, whether it's on the same page, another page, or even a new book, the next time you go to add an audio hotspot, it will be the same color of the last hotspot that you use. So if you're so used to black and white and you change it to blue and red and you go into a new book, it's going to be blue and red. And I don't know why, but that visually messed up my brain. Like when that first happened, like I was like, wait, what's going on here? So just so you know. All right.
Same here.
Read mode, Janet.
All right, so this one, I guess we might have to hop out to kind of see where that menu is. We might need to publish this book real quick so that we can see it in read mode. But when you go, or you know what? Yeah. So when you go into that read to me mode, we know that it will do a great job reading everything on the page. And even like with your graphics, if you've put in those accessibility features, it will incorporate all of those as well. But there's a lot of goodness hiding in these little buttons up here in the top right-hand corner. So one of those is that little grid mode there in the top right. That's they're calling that page picker. So this is really handy if you want to see all of the pages within a book without having to flip through page after page after page after page. So that's a time saver and something that if you are using this at your board to teach, you'll be able to just quickly pick it like you do a slide, and then you're able to click on that page and it will take you straight there. Now, if you want to go back to the standard view, you just simply click that little grid again, and it will take you right back out to the book. Now, in that gear setting there, we call it the fidget spinner now after all of these years.
So true.
Yeah. Yep. So there are all different kinds of things hiding in here. For one, it's been here a little while, but that side by side pages, that's one where if you're presenting it to your class, you want to do one page at a time, that little switch will allow you to turn off that 2-page feature view. And that kind of zooms it in just a little bit. So that's good to know. Another thing that you'll see as we kind of walk down this list is that right to left pages mode. So a lot of books that are written in Arabic, I saw somebody earlier in the chat put that in the chat. Hebrew, Arabic, they read right to left instead of left to right. So when you click, if that's something that you need, you can just click that little switch and it basically will reverse the page turning. So that's a nice feature to have. Then I saw somebody put in the chat as well, do the audio hotspots play automatically in read mode? So that read words is a switch as well. So if you only want it to use the multimedia, then it will only do that. So that might be a situation where the teacher is reading the words in a book, or the students have recorded themselves. You don't want it to duplicate both. So that's why you would need that feature. You can change the voice. You can choose it to highlight words, which is really, really good for fluency. There's another little button there for play multimedia. And then just under that, it allows you to make some changes based on your preference here, where you can have the pages turn automatically. You can turn that off to where you have to manually flip those. But then in that menu, there's also that little last choice called loop. And I know as a tech specialist, we used to have a graphic or a digital sign that in front of our school. And so if you're wanting to showcase maybe a book that students have created or something like that, what this feature does is it will allow it to automatically turn the pages all the way through the book. But when it gets to the end, it will restart. So that's a very nice feature if you have that signage in your building and you want that to keep looping. And then there's the speed feature at the bottom where you're able to, they've added a couple of other options there, which improves accessibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the looping for like open house nights, things like that. You put it up on the board while the parents are coming in. I think that's really cool. And then the other thing I want to talk about, Janet, you mentioned the voices and you can change the voices. I was on a webinar one time with a group of accessibility experts, right? And I had been living with this lie, right? That Alex was like the most accessible voice ever, right? Like I had heard that somewhere and I had said that and used it thousands of times. And so I was on this webinar with a bunch of accessibility experts and I was like, now's my chance, right? So we're talking about these and I was like, is it true that Alex is the most accessible voice? Right. And I was getting ready to be like validated, right? Like I was like, this is good. The answer is going to be yes. And I'm going to be okay with everything. The answer stopped me in my tracks. All right. And so I'm going to give you all a little bit of a mind melt right now. The answer was, is Alex the best voice for accessibility? And then he's like, no. He goes, do you know what the most accessible voice is? And I was like, what? He goes, the one the students want to listen to. And I was like, oh, like my brain just like completely shut down because like it makes so much sense when you hear it or when you think about it. But like, I don't think sometimes we think about it. So anyway, I had to share that because I thought that was really a fascinating kind of, approach to things. So
that does make total sense. Now, there was one more thing, John. Can we hop back out there?
Yes. So sorry.
3 little dots. Okay. Then you also have some options here. Now, I don't think you're seeing, it might be because you're incognito there, but you should have a few other features there as well. If the ability to download a QR code is usually in that. You can share directly to a page. And so that is very helpful as well. If there's something that you're wanting to push out to your students that's within a book, but you really want to call attention to page 13, you can actually go to page 13. In that drop down menu, it is going to allow you to copy the link to that page, which is so helpful for teachers, just to kind of get your students to where they're supposed to be going.
I think I know why it's different. So I'm going to mess with this real quick. There it is. So the reason this is different, and some of you are not seeing all of those options, is because the book that I'm showing and demoing from is not published.
Right.
Once the book is published, which I just did on a different screen, now all of those options will show up. All right. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of things hiding in there, but I think it's one of those things where if you're using Book Creator all the time, you just go to the places that you usually go to, whether you're creating or putting it in the hands of your students. But there really are a lot of things hiding in these three little dots where you can embed it on your website. You can share it straight to Google Classroom. And then also that print button will put it in a PDF format to where if you had a situation where you wanted to print out something and maybe send it home to parents, then you can also find it in this menu as well.
All right.
So lots
awesome.
of exciting in that read to me mode.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, so this is another little bit of goodness. We've had integration into with Clever, ClassLink. Those have been here a little while with that single sign-on, but our newest integration features are coming with Canvas and Schoology. And depending on what LMS you're using in your district, this can be a real game changer. We've heard from a lot of different districts that they're really loving this integration feature just because it really does make it a lot easier on the teacher and the students as well. So within these integrations, you're able to make the assignment within, let's just say Canvas. You can go in there as the teacher, create an assignment with Book Creator. And you are actually, when you go in to create that assignment, you have the ability to choose, are they starting a new book? Are they going to be working with a template that you're pushing out? Or are they going to be working on a collaborative book? So you're able to kind of control that within Canvas. And then once you launch that out, your students are able to go in there and access that within. It will have a turn-in button for them. And even more, one of the most valuable things I think as a teacher is the ability to grade within that. So when you pull up Canvas and you go into SpeedGrader, I couldn't think of what it was. My words were escaping me. Into SpeedGrader and you click there, it will actually open up each student's book right there on the left-hand side. And you are able to flip through that manually right there within Canvas. And that will allow you to go ahead and put in their grade and any comments right there next to it on that right-hand side. So to me, you're not having to switch between tabs anymore. It's right there and so convenient for teachers. So this LMS integration has been something that we've gotten a lot of great feedback on that. And if you have questions about that, you can reach out to any of us and we'll be able to connect you with an article or some information that you can pass on to your IT people.
Yep, and that's a great question for Marie. This does have to be turned on from the district level. The district has to have access to the admin console where they're going to get like a little key and secret, and they'll be able to put that into their integrations in order for that to work. So yeah, we do not have that available to individual teachers. All right, central libraries.
Exciting stuff. So this is one of our new features, central libraries. Central libraries does have to be turned on at a school or district level. So you do have to be on a domain access plan. So unfortunately, if you do have to be a premium user, but if you are interested in this after you are seeing this, feel free to reach out to one of us. We can put you in contact with someone from the team to talk about getting your school or district access to this as well. So let's do a demo of Central Libraries.
All right. Catherine, do you want me to just push the play button, or do you want me to show Central Libraries from the account side of things?
Oh yeah, we can just watch the video. That sounds good.
Let's click on it. Hopefully you can hear it. No sound?
No sound.
All right, let's
Maybe
do
you just need to turn it on a setting.
Yeah, it might be let's see here. Audio settings. Ooh, that's a whole lot of stuff. I'll tell you what, let's just do it this way. So I'm gonna back out here, Catherine, real quick. And we can kind of show it from this side of things. How about that? And that way we don't
Yeah,
have to
that's totally fine. Okay, so Central Libraries, basically in a nutshell, what your district's going to have is on your teacher dashboard, you would have My Libraries, you would have Shared with Me, and then you would have your district libraries. This would come from on the admin side of things first. They would have access to this. And what the administrators on the admin console would have access to is they would be able to create district libraries for your district. And then teachers in your district, they would have access to the district libraries that the administrators created for the teachers to make copies of books in those specific libraries. The administrators can also make specific teachers library managers. And then those library managers would have access to create libraries on would have access to the central libraries as well to create those libraries as well. But basically, in a nutshell, your district would have access to these district libraries that you could create for district created materials, templates, anything that from our Discover section that you would want to put in there so that your whole district would have access to the materials that they could make copies of those books with into their own libraries as well.
Yeah, and I've seen some pretty cool ways that districts are already starting to use these. Like Catherine said, maybe some templates. Maybe you have a language arts curriculum that you're creating supplemental materials for, or templates that your kids can answer and using Book Creator like a digital notebook or an interactive notebook of sorts. Then you can create libraries for that. Maybe you have a library for exemplars, right? So you've got this rock star third grade teacher who's doing some amazing stuff, and you want to show all of the other third grade teachers what they could do with Book Creator, then you can create libraries for that. The staff manuals one is an interesting one. We've got, schools who are like, hey, we've got this information we want our teachers to have. We really love using Book Creator to show that. So we're going to put that there so that the teachers always have access to it. And Catherine mentioned Discover. I talked with the school the other day. They said, listen, there's so many wonderful things under Discover, but a lot of times our teachers get busy doing other things in Book Creator and they forget that the Discover tab is there. So they're making their own Discover section out of our stuff, but it's right here front and center for all of their teachers. So every teacher will see everything that is there as the district puts together those central libraries. So yeah, really, really cool feature. And I'm really excited to see what teachers and districts do with it, moving forward. I think it's really, really cool. So speaking of literacy templates, right, and being able to share those with students, our literacy templates are absolutely amazing. Catherine mentioned this earlier. Our literacy specialist, Randy, has been doing some amazing things, and these literacy templates are, some of her work, and they are just absolutely amazing. And those literacy templates can be found in the Discover section. All right, so if you do go to that Discover section, the very first spot says Student Templates, and then right here it says Literacy. And so you're just going to simply click on the literacy templates, and you'll be able to flip through and find whatever you want. Maybe it's high frequency words, maybe it's prefixes and suffixes, maybe it's vowel teams and digraphs. And every one of these books, what's awesome about them is that they are remixable. So if I want my young students to focus on vowel teams, I'm going to click on that book, and I'm going to remix that book right into my own library. And once it's there, I can tweak it however I want. I can assign it to my students. It's really, really powerful. And I can say from experience, my own daughter, who's in first grade, she has been using these reading templates, and it has really, really helped. So, I'm not trying to sell anything or say, but like they work, right? So I would definitely encourage you to take a look at that. And there's also at the top a section where you can click on it and see some others. And I look comprehension, vocabulary, phonics, everything. And these are all science of reading aligned. So if you're sitting there asking that question inside your head, yes, the answer is yes, they are. All right. So that is a really important aspect of this, especially nowadays, right? The science of reading is becoming more and more popular, a popular idea. And so if your district is talking about it, here's some resources to kind of help you out. All right. So, the next, and that is the Discover page, right? I kind of jumped ahead of there myself a little bit, and talked a little bit about that already. But in that Discover page, it's not just templates for literacy. All right, there are lots and lots of amazing templates in there that you can use. So everything from getting started books, which are wildly popular with students and teachers because it's an easy way to get kids to play around with Book Creator. I was in my daughter's first grade class about a month ago. They were getting ready to do a research project on animals. And so the teacher asked if I could come in and kind of give the kids a refresher on Book Creator. And I did. And all I did, though, was just use one of these template books in front of the class. So I didn't even actually assign it to all of the kids right away. We did the whole group. I had kids come up, answer questions, show me how to do all of this stuff. And after about 2 or 3 pages, I realized they didn't need me to walk them through it anymore. So I just let them loose, right? And I said, all right, join my library, get in there, start playing around with these books. So there are templates in there for all kinds of things. And I know for a fact that we are working on some even more really interesting templates and books, especially around the ideas of social studies and things like that. So definitely want you to keep your eye out for those because they are absolutely amazing. All right. So that is our Discover page and our templates. All right. Toolkits for schools and districts.
Yeah, so I was in a tech specialist role before coming here. And to me, this is one of the most useful things. If you're brainstorming or trying to think of some kind of PD that you want to do for your teachers, maybe to kind of jumpstart and get that usage up. There's all different kinds of ways that you can do that. And actually, Book Creator has created in those templates something called the toolkit for schools and districts that are using Book Creator. And basically, it's a one-stop shop. Like what they've done is they've kind of grouped different examples of how different districts are using certain features and how they're grouping them with the curriculum that's being used. If you're looking for ways to kind of, I guess, highlight your champions, there's a whole section on that. There is a place where you can go and kind of look through for competition ideas. Getting started, if it's new to your school, there's actually a booklet in there with helping your teachers get started with Book Creator. So when you go into this toolkit that John's got pulled up here, that first page there this is the table of contents, and you can kind of see how those different sections are broken down. Makes it super easy visually for you to kind of see and find what you're looking for. Maybe if you're in that role of designing upcoming PD or just kind of trying to brainstorm with your team about things that you want to highlight or feature, this is a super useful book that you can go to. And then the even better part is once you switch over to that particular page, then there's going to be links in there for you. There might be samples in there, links to other articles that are really going to kind of take you to the next step and kind of just keep that creative spark going. So if you are a tired teacher here in the springtime, as I know that it can get that way, but you're going ahead and trying to close out this school year and looking forward to next school year and already planning for that, this is a great go-to to look and just kind of get that spark that you need to get those wheels turning.
Right. Excellent. Thank you, Janet. Yeah. So schools and districts toolkit, fantastic. All right, Catherine, we kind of teased this one a few different times, So I think it's time that we finally unleash this. But yes, some eagle-eyed people noticed it, that we do have the ability in Book Creator now to translate. All right, so this is a request that teachers have asked for a little while, and we haven't had it, so we decided to take that idea and give it the old Book Creator overhaul. So when I am in a text box, I can type my text in English or I can type it in some other language. It doesn't really matter. And then all I have to do is hit the button that says translate. And I choose which language I want to translate that into. All right, we'll go with Arabic here, since I know we have some Arabic speakers here. So I'm going to click translate, and it's going to take the word demo and it's going to translate it. And did you notice it moved it over to the other side, right? So that's really cool. All right. So, and if I want to translate it back or into some other language, I can do that as well. All right. And this is awesome. All right. And it will translate into 134 different languages. All right. Which is just absolutely unbelievable. I think I did something wrong there. So I'll just change this back to demo. All right. So we click on that. So that's super cool. All right. And I already saw some people clapping, saying wonderful, really, really awesome. Allison, great question. Is this something that we can turn off? This sounds really cool, right? But the first thing that happens, world language teachers are like, awesome, freak out moment, right? Like, I don't want this. I want my kids to be able to learn the language. Guess what? In your library, it is turned off by default. All right, so it is not available for students to do translations until you flip it on when you go to your teacher or your library settings, okay? So under that gear or that fidget, like Janet was saying, when you go there, that's where you can turn it on and off, okay? But here at Book Creator, we are not happy with just taking things up a step or two, all right? We want to take things up a little bit further, all right? So like 5 or 6. All right, and so not only can you translate the text, you can also take a book that is in English or whatever language, click the book button, and translate the entire book. All right, so if I click translate book and choose a language, I am going to choose French this time. Click French, translate, and it's going to make a copy of that book that it is now translating the entire thing into French. All right, so super, super cool, unbelievable. I have seen so many great ideas with this, including, teachers in schools who make books in English, right? Welcome back books, all about the district books. And then a student comes in to the district from somewhere else, and they're like, oh, we don't have a book in French. What are we going to do, right? And so I've got districts who have spent hours and hours and hours rewriting books in different languages, right, to help parents. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter. There it is in French. All right, there it is. And sometimes French words are bigger than English words, and so sometimes the text boxes are a little funky, and you just got to move them around. It's no big deal. But we just saved a ton of time, right, by doing that. Now, I saw a great question, and I'm going to answer that question now, because not only do we want to take things up 5 or 6 notches, we want to take it to 10. All right. So we're not done yet, because not only can you do texts and can you translate the entire book, you can also translate comments. All right. So if you have comments you want to leave for your students, you can translate the comments. But there's even more, because I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to add an audio recording. All right. So I'm going to record my voice again. The car is driving down the street very quickly. I hit stop, and I'm going to use that recording. All right. And it remembered the color. All right. From last time. So I use my recording. But guess what? I can click the inspector, and I can even translate the audio. And so what it's going to do the very first time is it needs a script. So it's going to say, can you give us a script? And you say, yes, the audio's in English. So I'm going to choose English and generate that script. It generates the script, and then it gives me the option to choose my language again. All right, and so I'm going to choose my language once that is finished. It's going to take a second depending on how much you put there. There we go. I can make sure that it's correct, and I can edit it. And then I choose the language. We'll go Spanish this time, choose a voice, and translate. And it makes a copy of the audio button that is now in Spanish. If I click on the little text there, you can see the text. And if I click the play button, hopefully you'll be able to hear this. I'm a little worried that you won't because my audio settings are probably not right, but let's try.
El coche circula por la calle muy rápidamente.
All right, Jan's shaking her head, so it sounds like she heard it. How amazing is that? And you know what? It's not that robot voice that nobody wants to listen to. Like, it's legitimately cool, right? Like, so I absolutely love this. So I think that translation piece is going to be absolutely amazing. Your students are going to love it. Now, students cannot translate entire books. So if you're thinking that or already worried about that, that is only a teacher feature. All right. So teachers can make copies in different languages. Teachers can translate those into different languages. Same thing with audio comments. Teachers can do that. Students can translate audio comments and text-based comments. So very, very cool. I love that comment right there. I'm a language immersion teacher and you just changed our day. Boom. That's it. All right. So we could just say mic drop. We're out, but we're not. All right. We still have some more.
Yeah, it's really hard to follow that now. You know,
yeah, it's hard to follow that. You're right. Probably
Hard
should have
to
put that last.
We'll
But
put that at the very end. But this one, well, what's coming is a game changer as well. But before we get to that, let's talk about this little feature here, which has been here a minute, but if you maybe you just haven't, your eye hasn't been drawn to it, but we do have a copy invite link for library. So when you're trying to get your students into your library, if you created a new one, before they had to go in and manually add that code. But now, just underneath that, you will see a copy invite link button. So you're able to copy that click just by clicking, and then you would be able to paste it into maybe an LMS or something like that, just so that it is a one click and your students are in. Now, I put the little QR code on there as well, because with littles, sometimes I have even taken that link and created a QR code for that, and then just kind of passed them around or walked by their computer, their Chromebooks, and just held that up, and then it just instantly joins them into your classroom. So if you're working with kindergartners or pre-K where they're still learning their letters, then this is a really good option as well. So they may not be ready to use that LMS feature just yet, but they can use a QR code. So that is another super easy way that you can use this feature. Now, since we're talking about libraries, I do want to go ahead and point out something that's relatively new in the library settings, a little update there. You may have noticed that there is a section there where now you as a teacher can control how many books a student can create. Now, you might say, well, that's kind of silly. So why would you want to stifle them a little bit? Well, I'm speaking from experience that I have had a template that I shared with my students. Last spring, we wanted them to do a little end of the year yearbook. And so we created a little template. We shared that out with them. And we had in our mind as educators what we wanted them to do in that template. So the last days of school came, I jumped back over to that library just to kind of see and kind of reflect, get a little sentimental sometimes as teachers after your kids have left for the summer. And when I went in there, the amount of books in that library had tripled. And so I was like, what in the world has happened? And what happened is kids love Book Creator. And so they figured out, hey, we can make our own books. So yes, they did do the yearbook template that we had pushed out, but in the meantime, there were so many selfie books in there, and so they had just jumped in with each other, just taking selfies, putting their own memories on there, and it was super fun. And I will admit, I giggled out loud by myself in that room because I just found that they loved Book Creator so much, and that brought me joy. Now, was it a little unstructured? Yes. There have been times that I've gone in and had to kind of clean that up a little bit. And if you've ever had to do that, it's delete, 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 delete. For example, if you're wanting to publish that library or something like that. So now you have the ability in this little drop-down menu to where you can limit the number of books that they can create, whether that be only one and then up to 5, or you can leave it just as it default is, where they can create as many as they want to. But that if you've ever had to go in and clean up, that is a nice little feature to have as a teacher. So I just wanted to let you know that that is in library settings. Now, before we get to this next one, I want to go ahead and just give you a little tip before we talk about this next one, because the assigned book feature to me is a game changer for students. If you're using templates in your classroom, the ability to click one button and just multiply that instantly, not have to go to the copier during your planning time anymore, but with one click of a button, whether you are sick at home as a teacher and just need to keep that learning going while you're away, or just the ease of maybe teaching from your board and then turning it into a station to get that individual student response by assigning that book. You want to do one thing before you do that. Okay, so in your library settings, there is a feature that says read each other's books, and you will want to switch that off. This is just a teacher tried tip for you right here. And I always try to go over this before I show this feature, because what will happen is once you click that button that I'm going to show you in just a second, it will automatically begin to generate multiple copies. And if you have 25 kids in a classroom, that is very overwhelming to those students. So just by switching off this before you use that assigned book feature, that is going to save a lot of headaches on your part and a lot of stress on their part of trying to find theirs. So I just wanted to tip you off here before we go on to one of my favorites is the assigned books to students feature. And the way that you do this is you're going to go and grab, whether it's a template that you have created yourself or one that maybe you've grabbed from the Discovery Library. Like John said, you can go into those templates and you're able to go in and kind of customize those. I know that in some of Randy's, she's put teacher guides at the front of those. You will want to go in there and delete those pages. Maybe 12 pages is too overwhelming for your students. So you might want to only push out 3 or 4 pages. Just get that template how you like it. And then once you have that done, you're going to go back out to this view that we see here in your library. And then you're going to click on that little button underneath. And it is going to say assign book. That's that share button in the middle. You will click assign book. And when you do that, it's going to pull this up. Now this is a demo library that we have for today. But if you have all of your students that have already joined your library, there is going to be another choice underneath everyone in the library, and it will say change. And you will be able to click there and actually choose which students you give that to. So if you are trying to do that differentiation in your classroom, you can give one template to one group and then one template to another group with that differentiation built in. But for sake of demonstrating today, we're just going to give it to everybody in the library. Now, we don't have a whole lot of people in this library with us today, but once you click that, it's going to put this little clipboard up in the top right-hand corner. And if you guys had joined this library that we're using today, you would see multiple copies being generated right now as I'm talking. It goes ahead and creates a copy for every student that is a member of your library, and it will go ahead and put their name underneath at the bottom. So that's why that feature of switching it off to where they can't see everyone's books really comes in handy, because they will see yours as a teacher, but they will also see their copy. And that way they know which one they're supposed to be working in.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, I saw a question already. It said, can pages be added to books after the book has already been assigned? So kind of piggyback on what Janet said, for me as a teacher, a lot of times I might give kids a packet of paper, right? And say, hey, I just want you to do pages 2 and 3. And then, 2 minutes later, kid's hand goes up and says, what do I do on page 50? Right? And I'm like, no, like just page 2 and 3. Same thing happens digitally, right? You give a kid a book that's got 20 different templates in it and you say, just do the first 2, they're going to go ahead and work ahead. All right. And so like Janet said, make your template a couple of pages. All right. Whatever you want them to accomplish and assign it to them. All right. And once they are assigned, like in this example here, this is a 2-page template. All right. So my kids can start working on it. But then when I'm ready, or when they're ready, because this is very easy to differentiate, I can go to the pages view of a book and I can select a couple different pages, hit copy to, It's going to go into that library where your kids are. You'll see all of their individual templates. You can click on the one that you want, and then you hit copy, or all of them if you want. All right. And what it's going to do is it's going to take those 3 pages and it's going to copy them into the other book. So if you don't believe me, we're going to back out. We're going to, whoops, I hit the wrong button. We're going to go to the template that we just assigned. And now when I click on pages view, you're going to see that it didn't do it. Hold on, it's still loading. I was like, watch this.
Let me give you a drum roll.
I think my internet is tired from the day. All right, so there we go. I hit refresh and it didn't do it. Maybe I picked the wrong book. I think I might have picked the wrong book. But anyway, here we go. I did pick the wrong book. There it is. Right. So instead of putting in the assignment, I put in the other template. But anyway, you get the point. You can just dump pages into kids' books whenever you want. All right. And it doesn't even have to be an assignment. So if you just tell your kids, hey, I want you to make your own writing journal, and they design the cover and they start writing on day 1, you can add pages wherever you want. Yeah, and it automatically gets added to the very end. So anyway, minus my small hiccup there, this is a really cool feature. So Janet, anything else? Catherine, anything else on that?
The best hacks ever. That one right there. That's my favorite one. The only other thing about the assigned book feature is if you have a student who's absent today and they come back in tomorrow, as soon as they go into that book creator library again, it's automatically going to make them a copy. So I like that as a teacher because I'm not having to constantly retrace my steps and remember to go and give that to that student that was absent for a sporting event or because they were sick. Book creator will actually help you do that. So
yeah, super cool, right? So anyway, any questions or comments, feel free to put those in the chat window. I think we've answered most of those, if not all of those. So thank you all for being here. We will stick around for a couple seconds, see if there's any extra questions in the chat window. But we really do appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Be safe. Don't forget to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, or X, whatever it's called nowadays. We got to change that logo. LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever's out there, we're on it. So feel free to connect with us, and always check our website because we've got lots of really cool new features and stuff in there. All right. So yes, can you please redirect me to the graphic organizers? Absolutely. So when you go to your teacher dashboard, at the top, there's a button that says apps. If you click on the apps button, that's where all of our premium apps are. The top row, those are free. The middle row and the bottom row, those are paid. So if you don't have the paid version of the accounts, you're going to want to upgrade that. But then that's where the graphic organizers are. So you click on it. This button will say enable. You choose to enable it. Choose which libraries you want it to go into and click done. And then once you've done that, when you go into a book and click the plus button under more, that's where you're going to find all of the apps that you have turned on, including those graphic organizers. All right. And Becky, the short answer to that is yes, maybe, possibly. That was a good question. But Becky, if you can let us know where you are at, then we can tell you, I can't remember where you are, and then we can tell you which of the 3 of us you should reach out to specifically. Students cannot add Bitmojis. Jana, good question. Bitmojis are only for teachers. Because in order for you to add Bitmojis, you have to have a Snapchat account. And that is not usually most of the kids that are using Book Creator are not having Bitmoji or Snapchat accounts. That being said, there is a Chrome extension that only requires, I think, like an email. But I would, before you start turning that stuff on and mentioning that, I would definitely go over district privacy policies and things like that with your school district first. Becky's in Utah. So Catherine, that you?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
All right. We shifted our territory, so sometimes we don't even remember.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in some training, I think the best would be to reach out to Catherine, and then we can make all that figured out.
I'll
so
stick my email in the chat.
Awesome. In September. Yeah. So it's just Catherine@bookcreator.com. She'll put that in there.
Yeah, just shoot me an email.
Tutorials for using Book Creator, I would definitely say all of our YouTube channel videos are fantastic for that. We also have in the teacher dashboard our certification course, which is a step-by-step guide that walks you through everything that you can do in Book Creator. There are a few videos that we're missing in there, but you'll get the gist of how to use Book Creator by going through that. And like I said, the YouTube channel is great because we have tons and tons of stuff on the YouTube channel. All right, it is being recorded to be on live on YouTube later tonight or tomorrow. But other than that, I think we got everything. So thanks everybody for being here. We appreciate it. Have a great day.